Thank you, Madam Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. I also wish to thank Senator Msuruve for making us aware of this day. I think social justice is important and it is critical for survival of this country and all the other nations in the world. Madam Speaker, I also want to pick on one issue that is critical, and it is causing a lot of inequalities. In terms of, we've been advised that the world richest, because of the COVID, their net worth has increased. But as you're aware, most businesses some have gone down, others their resources have not been the same. And when businesses go down, it has an impact on what government can do, and on because government relies on direct taxation, which is in form of VAT or in form of corporation taxes as a result of profits and all other incomes that it relies on. When the people who make that money are impacted by COVID, then the revenues tend to dwindle. And Madam Speaker, I just want to address this to our international community, our friends out there. As government, as society, as people who do businesses are affected, revenue generation is affected, and the ability, especially for the developing world, to service their debt, given the magnitude and the impact of COVID-19, it cannot be overlooked. So I urge our international community to have a little bit of sympathy to countries that are developing, to ensure that, in my view, if they waive both principal and interest for 3 years, that will give, because COVID has been with us now almost 2 years, and it hasn't ended. We are going into the 3rd year. So I think if they waive for 3 years, the next 3 years, it will give countries enough breather to ensure that they cope with the debt servicing, and we will see our friends as people who care about us and people who want justice across all countries. Madam Speaker, why am I speaking about this vis-a-vis social justice? When revenues dwindle, then the money targeted for social justice will also be less. So the government will have less money disposable to ensure that those who are vulnerable and who need to be looked after by the government in terms of social protection now goes down, because the revenue is not the same. So any shocks to an economy, the people who face it first are the people who are less privileged. Even in terms of business, when there is a shock, those blue chip companies they might be having a buffer somewhere saved to ensure that when there is a shock like now, they can tap into that reserves. But unfortunately, smaller companies, SMEs, do not have those kind of luxuries. So even the small companies will go down, and poverty levels will go down.